fine arts programs, I would say that we're long overdue in honoring those who have made our programs what they are today. So how about let's find out. Commitment, dedication, hard work, and a passion for excellence are just a few of the descriptors for those being honored this evening. Our honorees come from a broad range of expertise and experience. Their skills range across the spectrum of the fine arts, from visual arts to theater to music. Though they are a diverse group, one factor that they all have in common is a prolific career in education. If we added collectively all the years of their service, it would be in excess of 150 years. That's pretty amazing. 150 years of distinction, I might add. One of the true pleasures in my position as the first alumni president in the storied history of our wonderful institution is that I have had the chance to know several of these folks. As a matter of fact, 5 of the 7 I know well enough to tell stories about. Now wait a minute, which also means that they can tell stories about me. So that's why I'm making this short and quick and to the point. And I say, let's get started with our program. Thank you very much.
I too am very excited to be here. I also hold a distinction as Dick as being the very first alumni who is a division chair of the fine arts, which for me is pretty exciting and shows the quality that our college has done and been involved with for many years. So I think not only these people we're honoring today, you can look across our nation and see a lot of fine arts people that have come from this program and done very, very well. I also think that this group of Hall of Famees are really a true outstanding testament to the word game changers. These individuals not only have touched people's lives, they have taken individuals and sent them down paths that they had never dreamed about ever existing. I too, like Dick, who when going the same kind of school, had contact with 5 of these people, and I can tell you that they have changed my life. A student who came here as a pre-med major and walked into the theater, I don't know that I ever even thought about theater. And I think if it wasn't for Al Beck and Grant Kenner, I never had an art class in my life. Until I walked into their classroom and they said, you know, you have some talent. Not a lot, but you have some. Which set me on the path of where I am today. I can also say that Dr. Craney, I got to work with him, and between he and Tom Wilshire are the reason I came back to Culver Stockton College when I did. So these people are people that have changed people's lives. And so without any further ado, I think it's time to start with our first honoree. And I think that is, I think that will be Al Beck, and Tony Crane, a former student, is going to introduce him. And Al, if you want to start coming this direction up to the podium.
Thank you, Cal. Hello, I'm honored to be here tonight. My name is Tony Crane, and I'm the Culver Stockton College Board of Trustees. Honored to do so. And I attended my first 2 years of college here at Culver Stockton prior to transferring to the University of Illinois to study architecture. Today I'm an architect in Quincy, Illinois. with the firm of Architects Incorporated, a partner in that firm. And I've been asked to introduce our honoree tonight, Al Beck. As a freshman and sophomore here at Culver in 1970 and 71, I had Al for many of my foundation art courses, conducted in the old art farm, if you remember that. The art farm building, for those of you who don't remember, was somewhat of a dilapidated house at the bottom of the hill, and actually on the site of the president's residence today, the pillars are on that site. But everything we needed to excel in our studies, and primarily among those we had, and that was Al Beck. Al had arrived at the college just a couple of years prior, and his enthusiasm was infectious. He quickly built an extremely loyal student following, and I can tell you that I couldn't hardly wait to get down the hill to attend those art farm classes that he conducted. Al challenged us on every assignment or project. He engaged the students and really made us think for ourselves. And he provided the appropriate postulates and theorems and treatises and theories that confirmed the lessons of the day. He instructed us on shape, form, proportion, massing, and space. And he did that in all media, drawing, painting, three-dimensional sculpture, photography, graphic arts, ceramics, so on, all of them. Demonstrated how they can be creatively combined to develop something uniquely yours as an individual. I recall one of the years he entered, not to our knowledge actually, entered some of the students' work in the Missouri Art Association statewide juried art competition. And some of us won some statewide awards that year. And primarily due to Al's pushing us to the edge and taking a keen interest in all the students. I recall that was a major aha moment in my life that verified that I was a part of a program that was successful and strove for success. And also reinforced the belief that students' confidence in themselves, it reinforced that you could do it. Even though the art farm wasn't the most elegant classroom setting, Al brought the excitement of learning directly to us in a very aggressive and rewarding way.
I think I'm going to sit down. I don't know.
So learn more from this man. He was always there to satisfy that desire. That's what we wanted. Later on, after I established myself as a practicing architect, I helped Al design his home in Rocky Hollow. And I continued to learn from him at that time. From this creative and gifted individual and scholar. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce our honoree, Mr. Al Beck.
What a day this has been. I'm very excited, and I am certainly appreciative of this honor, believe me. It really, really pleases me to get this award. And I do appreciate the outstanding team of family here. 3:30 in the morning and go to bed at 6:30. So I'm normally in bed by this time, going to sleep. So if I say anything that sounds like a snore, please don't worry about that. As a matter of fact, when I get home, I'm going to spend a little bit more time because I have had this brisk day. I'm going to sit in my hot tub for just a little while. I should tell you, too, that I do obviously have certain problems that go back almost into my career in Korea. And my body and my mind actually live on two different planets, you should understand. And so I just keep my mind going, and I feel very, very good about that. The nature of what I have taught, I teach with a philosophical connection to life itself. And I've already said something to people about this, but there are only two things that you actually need in your life. You need to have fun, and you got to work hard. And that's all. It'll work out as long as those are two things that you have. If you're missing one of those, you're in trouble. That's for sure. I am retired, but I have told a few people, and you should know this as you retire, that I have, and I am in effect, a vehicle, actually some kind of a vehicle that has 4 wheels, and I keep going. And every now and then I have stopped the vehicle and removed the 4 tires and retired them. Okay? Yeah. I feel very strongly about everything that I have seen here today, and I really honor those people who have helped to make this thing work well. I really do. I remember that there are things that we still have within the structure of our lives, even some of the poetry that I have written. My particular lifestyle with going to bed at 6:30 and getting up at 3:30. I wrote a poem about that in one of my 21 books. Early to bed and early to rise makes your girl go out with other guys. In there somewhere. And, but how much more time have we got left? None time at all. Well, you'll spit at me if I go too fast. I will share another poem with you, okay? Because my poetry and my drawings, I am committing my 21st book to the library here on Tuesday, and they have poetry and drawings and essays on how I would have changed things. As you all know, those of you who have been in my classes, in the 50 years that I've taught, both on the high school and the college level, I've never given a test. I don't believe in tests. I believe that they are an incredibly inaccurate aspect of how we develop our minds, frankly. But I won't get into that. But I will share with you a poem that has to do with Valentine's Day, because I don't believe in Valentine's Day. I do believe in love, don't get me wrong. But I feel that there are certain things that have been developed as commercial aspects of life. And so I will end with this poem, and hope that you will enjoy it. With Cupid's arrow, there's a narrow, near invisible graft between those who feel the point and those who get the shaft.
Four people have told me to keep this very short, so I shall. I do have to give credit also for the guest artist program to Dr. Brown, because he allowed us to have the program and has supported it throughout. So again, thank you. It's great to be back. It is wonderful to see what has happened to this campus within just the last 10 years. It is truly amazing. And I've always been proud of Culver, and I will always continue. Thank you very much.
How to make your wife nervous. There were three friends who lived together named Put, and Put. And one day, Put got sick. So Put and Put took Put to the doctor. And the doctor said, Put is going to die. And Put said, oh no, doctor, Put can't die. The doctor said, Put is going to die. Sure enough, Put died. So Put and Put buried Put. And then one day, Put got sick. So Put took Put to the doctor. And the doctor said, Put is going to die. And Put said, oh no, doctor, Put can't die. I already have 1 foot in the grave. For some reason, that joke came to mind when Dr. Valentine called me and said that he was going to suggest I be in the Hall of Fame to recognize me for a life's worth of achievements. Fortunately, between then and now, the other foot has not made it to the grave, so I'm quite happy to be here. There are so many people I need to thank. First of all, I need to thank my lovely wife, Roxanne, for being there for me, being there with me, putting up with me as we did all the crazy things that we did over the years. I need to thank the people of this college and the people who have helped form me during those crazy, wonderful, lovely 4 years that I was here. I do have to mention
Fine Arts inductees. I would also like to thank my family and my past and present colleagues. I believe it's really important to remember J. Leslie Pierce tonight. He led the music department and directed the Culver Stockton Choirs for many years. And A. Wesley Tower, who organized the Fine Arts Division in its present form. Wes hired me and 2 others who are being honored here tonight. There are still 2 music faculty members here who were brought to Culver Stockton by A. Wesley Tower. It was my extreme pleasure to direct the choirs at Culver Stockton for 35 years. It wasn't that bad today either. I'm grateful to the students who endured the countless hours of rehearsal as we gave it our best earnest attempt to achieve our goals. It certainly wasn't a lot of fun. But I truly hope that you enjoyed the process when you sang some great Brahms. Well, of course that. Or an unreasonably difficult selection that challenged us all. I currently feel very fortunate to still be visiting public school music classes while observing student teachers. I would certainly like to express my appreciation to all former choir members who have participated in today's activities. What a thrill it has been. We know there's so many others who would have loved to be here to sing, and maybe even more important, to enjoy old choir tour stories, which there will be none of. I really sincerely hope that Culver Stockton will continue to provide an outstanding choral program. Thank you.
Gary, the committee will be meeting at the smokehouse after this.
I came back to the 30th reunion, Charles walked up to me and said, Tom, why did you get a doctor's degree? Barbara, lots of money. Anyway, I'd like to thank Culver Stockton College for this wonderful award. I do not accept awards and honors very well. I start to cry. I came here in January of 1957. We were at the Education Hall of Excellence. I was educationally lost. I didn't know what to do. And it was here that I really found myself. And especially in that freshman year when these days got old. Why didn't you get a hold of me? Because I came down here and registered for classes, but I refused to send a transcript of the classes I was taking at Indiana Extension, Indiana, where I'm from. And they came in about, the transcript came in about 2 weeks after school started. And I didn't do very well. So she called me, I gave a message on the form that I need to go see her, and she really threw me out. Remember this day, she really threw me out. She needed to. And she put me on probation, so they had to have all C's or I could come back. But the thing she did, and it's something that I used throughout my whole career in teaching, and especially in advising, is that she said, I want to see you every 3 weeks. She handed me a catalog, and she said, first meeting on inclusion on the catalog. You better know about the school and the curriculum, and start thinking about what you want to major in. Because at that time I was a business major. I didn't last very long in business. And conversations with her and some other thoughts, by the time that semester was over with, I had changed my major in art. But I did not tell my father. My sophomore year, I just started taking art classes, and my grades came home at Christmas, and I heard the voice praise, Tom, come in here, please. And he had my grades. Back then, parents were never and he saw those art classes. He said, why are you taking art? I thought I told you that to be a business major. And I said, well, I'm going to be an art teacher. Well, if I use that word teacher, there was no problem. He saw that as an occupation, and that maybe I'll make something out of it. And generally when he introduced me, he'd always say, this is Tom, my son, the teacher. Very seldom did he say, the art teacher. But anyway, I had very good education here. Back then we were a one-room art room, Anderson Hall, one faculty member, and I thought it was very interesting. Then in my senior year, Dr. Jack, not Dr. Mr. Jack, he was an instructor in biology. He had gone to Peabody, and so if he found out you were an education major, he would try to encourage you to go to Peabody. And I thought, no, I get you out of here. Hopefully I'm not going to do any more education. But I couldn't find a job. Art teachers were not in demand back in 1960. So I drove down to Nashville, Tennessee, and I registered at college. And I had a very good education there. If you're not familiar with Peabody College, it's right across the street from some university called Vanderbilt. Yeah, it's a beautiful
it's a beautiful college, designed the way Thomas Jefferson designed the University of Virginia. And in 1978, Peabody and Vanderbilt combined. So by de facto now, I'm a graduate of Vanderbilt. So I accepted that. I also get 4 letters a year at Vanderbilt on money. But anyway, it was a very successful experience, and I was able to get a public school teaching position. But I always wanted to be a college teacher. So the second year, I met my beautiful wife Sharon back in Hammond. She was a very good friend of my younger sister. Sharon likes to remind people that when Tom was a senior in high school, I was in 6th grade. Thank you, but without her, I wouldn't be here today. But anyway, I was able to, the second year, I received a letter from Peabody saying, do you want your credentials to be taken off out of existence? And I said, no, I want to teach at the college level. So they said they'd leave my credentials in the active file. And about that same time, Murray State called looking for an art educator. And then Peabody recommended me, and that started my career. 38 years teaching at the university level. And that was quite an experience. Those things in your career, because in my early years, I was not doing very well, but everything did turn out very good. And I've been retired now for 10 years. I'm painting again. I had gone 35 years without doing painting because the administration was just too much. And so I've had a couple shows now and feeling much better about getting my own work done. So thank you very much.
We have an 8 o'clock choir performance. I hope you all will make it over to the Alexander Campbell Auditorium to see the choir. And then there, am I right, Marjorie? There's a little thing afterwards. So you can actually greet the recipients over in the PAC after the performance and visit with them there. Recipients, especially, I know Larry, you probably have the right to go and get your picture taken first off the bat. And so, thank you for coming out and making this a wonderful evening.
Okay, Mr. Beck.